Now, this is a really interesting segment that we have for you. Before we went and we were kind of debating within ourselves. Should we call this Dash and Bash? Should we call this politics as usual? But when you think about it, the fact that this segment is even necessary to report on, because this is a follow-up to a story that we reported on late last year concerning a legislation that was being considered to allow the people that allow these restaurants to, make a profit by making sure that people are able to get their food delivered.
Common sense.
Right.
Common sense. It's not like we're gonna go and kill the landlords. Some people.
It's not about that at all. Well, we needed actual legislation. We needed legislation to allow the people that allow these businesses to continue running and existing. We need a law to require these same places that rely on these gig workers for their restaurants to still exist, a law requiring them to allow these conduits to their restaurants, their businesses still existing, to use the goddamn bathroom.
So I'm going to share a couple of videos too of this, how hard these delivery workers, because we just had a blizzard in New York on the East Coast just now, and people were still ordering food during the blizzard. So I want to show like some videos.
You know what's really funny? Even before you go there, let me tell you something. All right, let me tell y'all something out there, okay? Because I'm not just talking to Messiah right now, okay? All right. When we knew that the storm was coming, I went into my living room, looked at both of my ladies, and said, "What do you guys want to do about food? Because there's a major snowstorm coming, and I don't want to be one of those people ordering food, putting these people either in harm's way or in further discomfort by making them brave 8 to 12 inches of snow. I don't want to be that guy." So you know what we did? The day before the storm started, we went food shopping for our own goddamn food, so that we would be taken care of through the storm, so that we would not have these guys braving the elements to bring us stuff that we could have just gotten ourselves.
So this is actually something that was been worked on since last year, because we've been covering this at Black Power Magic Hour. Like back in September, a slate of landmark bills successfully passed through City Council. So it actually came to effect. They guarantee these app delivery guys to use the bathroom of the restaurants. So food delivery applications include provision and contracts with restaurants requiring them to make their toilet facilities available for delivery workers use, as long as the delivery worker seeks to access the facility while picking up a food or beverage for delivery.
Why the fuck else would they be there?
So even the article says that why this was not already the case is a total mystery.
and this is why we settled on it being a politics as usual segment, because I hear from certain segments of the American population that small government is preferable. And while it sounds good on the surface, when you look at situations like this, well, people won't even do the baseline common sense, common decency move of allowing the people that allow your business during the Rona to still exist, to let them use the bathroom. They're like, no, we shouldn't have to do that. And now we have to create a law that requires you to do something that should already be inherent for the situation. Wow, you're the guy that's allowing my restaurant to exist. There's really nowhere for you to use the bathroom. So in order for you to continue helping me make my money, maybe we should let you use the bathroom so that you can stay out here to allow us to continue to make our money. What?
So there's other things too, like so that's not the only thing. The first requires informing delivery persons of the amount each customer has tipped them on the order. that seems pretty common sense, but it hasn't been happening. Literally, inform a delivery person the amount each customer has tipped them on an order. This is like the most basic common sense shit thing, but they have to pass a law so people know how much they're being tipped.
But another thing too, because I know that one of the things that I've been hearing from some of the gig workers that I know personally, they've been getting tricked by the customer, where the customer will input a certain amount for a tip to entice them to take the order, to bring it. And then when the gig worker comes and brings them the food, then they change the tip to a lower tip. Right. And I think, like, again, people are saying we need smaller government. We need less government intervention. If you guys would just do the common sense, common courtesy thing on a regular basis, there would be no need to continue to put even more laws on an already crowded law book.
I mean, laws to lock up poor people, but there's another thing. Also, like, provide insulated bags rather than direction. I mean, you think a $1 billion company would give these workers their own fucking bags
because when the food shows up to the customer's house, right?
Yeah.
Who is the customer going to blame when the food is cold? Right? They're not gonna blame Seamless or DoorDash or Uber Eats. They're going to blame the gig worker that grabbed the food and immediately ported it over to the customer.
And then another law, which when I used to use delivery, I wouldn't want to deliver a restaurant that's like across the city deliver food to me. I just felt my common sense felt like that's the stupid ass thing to do. But apparently another law will allow delivery workers to set the maximum distance they wish to travel and give them the freedom to avoid going over bridges and do tunnels, because people are fucking idiots who want to order food all across the city. And
again, if these companies did the right thing to begin with, there wouldn't need to be yet another law on the books. So for all you guys complaining of that big daddy government is too big, I want to point you to situations like this where people are constantly trying to get over on other people.
So I want to share this little doc that got made a few months ago about delivery workers. If you know some Spanish, listen in. If you don't, read the subtitles.
Por año me he accidentado 1 o 2 veces.
I want to make it smaller so we can see all the subtitle.
Tenido que ir a un hospital. Pues yo le aviso con texto a las compañías y me dicen, ¿la comida está bien? Porque literal, el deliverista se puede morir hoy y mañana viene otro. Y eso llevó a que los deliveristas nos uniéramos.
Imagine having to fight for justice from people who need these people to make their lives more efficient.
Regreso a mi casa 10:30, 11. Con suerte hacemos 150 en un día. Este año es donde más me he accidentado y donde menos propinas hemos recibido.
No money was exchanged.
Well, the tips are awarded on the app.
No, but that's the bad move.
Yeah, that's why I usually like to tip in cash.
Entre el restaurante o las aplicaciones, la cosa es que a nosotros no nos llega. Pero realmente un deliverista jamás ve el invoice original.
This is why I like to have cash on hand, because I don't trust these companies. And let me tell you, I'm getting an education just like you guys, people. This strengthens my resolve to make sure that I have cash on hand so that I can give tips and put it directly in the hands of the delivery person, directly in the hands of a waiter or a waitress when I'm at the restaurant.
Miramos con nuestros ojos las injusticias que hay. Si tienen GPS, pues es mucho más fácil para nosotros. Todos necesitamos seguridad, pago.
So as hopefully you guys can check that out. I want to play it all, but I also want to play another clip because, like I said, we had a blizzard here, and people were still ordering Big Macs and shitty food from Chinese restaurants in the middle of a blizzard. So this video is crazy to me. I want to share this to you guys. This guy is brave enough to film this to show the world what's happening out here last week.
I don't like that whole all cars are bad thing, though. I don't like that very much, but let's see what he's got to say. Yeah, that's insane. I could never send somebody out there like that in those conditions.
Only 40% of customers tip.
That's some bitch ass shit. Again, I don't want to hear all cars are bad. All people who don't tip, they're bad. How about that? Fuck out. And the thing is, I agree. If you can't afford a decent tip, you can't afford takeout. We are going to agree 1,000% there. 100%. Again, if you want your life to be so fucking easy, right? A lot of these people, especially here on Manhattan Island, a lot of these people pay extra rent. Do you think it's because the quality of their apartment is so much better? No. Because they want proximity. Proximity brings more amenities. It brings more convenience, right? You're willing to pay for more convenience, right? Whenever you order food from a gig worker who's got to bring some shit to you, they are the reason that you have that convenience. Pay for the fucking convenience. Or don't. You go out there in 8, 9, 12 inches of snow and go get your own fucking food.
Get your own Burger King French fries, whatever the fuck you want.
I'd rather starve, man.
People be ordering like, I can't believe you're risking someone's life for some fucking chicken nuggets from Wendy's. You know,
they're not even chicken. I mean, goodness fucking gracious.
You've got a taste for it. Just go get it yourself. You know, work the energy to get that terrible food. Earn it. So,
oh man, you can't even call it food. Food nourishes you, right?
Yeah, that makes you sick. And
it makes your body better. That ain't food.
That's just chemical reactions made to taste good.
And the thing is, like when I'm on the road, because yes, I'm a driver here in New York City. When I'm on the road, I give cyclists extra space.
Yeah, but I
don't need a fucking law to tell me to give them extra space. It just makes sense to give them extra space.
So unfortunately, there's people who get in cars and have fantastic superiority complexes and think they're like they're transformers and we just had an incident where 2 people just got ran over by Audi in Manhattan like last week. 2 people were killed. People just think they're superior than other people outside of the cars, and it makes everyone look terrible. These dangerous people driving Altimas and Honda Accords, whoever the fuck these people are.
Let me tell you something. That guy in the Audi will not be able to afford to drive an Audi anymore. Not after that. Because even if you're not getting any criminal charges, they will be seeing you in civil court. Oh, you drive an Audi? I got you. I got a lawyer too. Oh, and by the way, when I win the case, you'll be paying for my lawyer, not me.
Those people died. So
I'm talking about their families. Families. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you got that Audi? Yeah, we'll be taking that. Yeah, Thank you very little.
You're about to be outside in a shack underneath.
Yeah, you're about to be
at a bus stop.
And the thing is, like, I drive an expensive car. You don't think that a lot of the measures that I take when I drive, you don't think that I take extra precaution because I know that people are going to look and say, oh, this guy hit my shadow that's on the ground behind me. I'm going to sue him. Also, you don't think I see that shit?
Also, statistically, people who drive luxury cars are assholes. That's been like the stats of like when it comes to people getting hit by cars.
I need to see those numbers because
usually assholes who drive like luxury cars. And and pickup trucks. Those kind
I
of drivers.
mean, well,
Yeah.
I guess statistically speaking, Black Power Magic Hour is asshole magic hour because you got one guy driving an expensive car, the other one's in his MAGA truck.
but that's the thing. It's like you have these people, and also have people who drive like shitty V4 cars and think they're like driving Fast and the Furious, which you had an incident a few months ago. We had like a babysitter pretty much die, sacrificing her life for the child she's taking care of because some asshole was driving the wrong way down the street.
Yeah,
shitty ass Nissan Sentra. I don't know what.
I was about to say. There are channels on YouTube, not just dedicated to drivers driving bad.
I understand delivery. I understand his pain and his anguish.
But check this out.
His pain. Yeah,
there are YouTube channels that are not just dedicated to driving fails.
Yeah.
There are YouTube channels dedicated to driving fails of people driving Nissan Altimas. I swear to God, son. Because there's a weird stereotype, and it's like this type of person of this gender driving this kind of car, this is how they drive. And then you see clip after clip after clip, and it's usually a black Nissan Altima.
That's if it's put together. It might be like duct tape. Might be great because it's all duct tape. Some
of them got duct tape on them, right? Some of them have scars from past collisions that they've been in, various severities and stuff. But yeah, like when I drive, man, back to the subject, back when I drive, man, I try to be extra courteous. I try to give extra space to all drivers, all motorcyclists, all bicyclists, all pedestrians.
Because how can I do these stories about delivery drivers and go out there and drive like a piece of shit? I
mean, people do that shit all the time. Okay, it's just that you're not one of these people. You know what I'm saying?
Read about delivery drivers getting ran over, and then I'm gonna drive like an asshole now too, because But
well, aren't you like legally indemnified since you're in a MAGA truck? Like you got like those laws that protect you. You could just say that they were protesting.
Oh shit! No, but we showed. Remember, we showed some guy was driving like a shitty Jeep, like a not even like a Jeep Wrangler, like a Jeep Patriot. He was
or a 4x4 or some shit like that. Yeah,
he was trying to drive over some protesters a few weeks ago. So because he was, he was they're endangering me because I'm in a 4.
And it was crazy. He was going around a traffic circle trying to drive where the protesters were walking. And he went around the traffic circle multiple times. Like, you up to no good. You're making trouble in that neighborhood. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, no, not the over dramatic Fresh Prince.
Oh, my God, man.
So that's politics as usual. There's a common sense win that delivery workers have achieved in New York City. Common sense, able to see how much they're being tipped, able to take a piss instead of peeing in your food, and then and hopefully like protections for them to not have to deliver from Queens to the Bronx.
Oh, and by the way, did the market make this happen, or did Big Daddy government make this happen? Did the market decide that this is the right thing to do?
First was 65,000 delivery workers organizing. That's what it took. Otherwise, the government would have done shit. That's what it took first, was all them organizing. And then
because once all of these guys stop delivering the food, all your restaurants are done, because only restaurants that really survived are the ones that relied on the gig workers because of all of the COVID restrictions, especially in a restaurant heavy, food culture heavy city like New York City. When you're talking about 60% of restaurants fell, imagine what happens to
and that's what we know of.
The other 40%.
And that's what we know of. Some might be so embarrassed and even call.
Yeah, they just disappeared and just walked away. They left the food cooking on the stove. Like, fuck it, I'm done. Like, I'm not even gonna clean up. Fuck it. Let the landlord eat the rest of this food.
I see restaurants that ass look like they just got. Everyone just disappeared and like the shit is still in there. Like, I've seen restaurants like that in New York City. Like, it's no joke. Like, so that's politics as usual. You can follow Black Power Magic Hour on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, we're live. We love you live people on Facebook, but you need to come over to Twitch, come over like Death Row. And then Dr. Genius, he's talking shit and live on YouTube, Discord, Twitch, Twitter, and that's politics as usual.